Welcome to my channel. As a layperson, I like to share my understanding of Scripture. Today, I'm looking at circumcision, which is the removal of the flesh. In Genesis chapter 17, verse 11, God said to Abraham, "You shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be the sign of the covenant between me and you." Circumcision, of course, is just two words combined. Cision, to cut, the circumference, to cut around, resulting in the removal of the foreskin. The circumcision of today is not the biblical circumcision, since the removal of the foreskin is the removal of the flesh in front of the male organ, and not the mutilation that is performed today. Moses' wife circumcised their son with a sharp rock, which can be done with the foreskin, but highly unlikely with the mutilation that is done today. In Genesis chapter 17, verse 2, it says, "Every male among his household who is 8 days old shall be circumcised, including foreigners not of his descendants." This, of course, points to the 8th great day, the eternal day when Abraham's descendants will be circumcised of the flesh and circumcised of the heart. In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 4, we read, "Circumcise yourselves to Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, and remove the foreskin of your heart. Men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my wrath be forth like fire, and burn with none to quench it, because of the evil of your deeds." In chapter 4, verse 3 of Jeremiah, it says, "Plow for yourselves a plowing ground, and don't sow among thorns." So if you follow the teachings of men, you're planting in a ground that hasn't been plowed, and you're planting among thorns, which of course will choke away that seed. Since circumcision is the removal of the flesh, how is circumcision of the heart removal of the flesh? In Genesis chapter 12, verse 1, "Now Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh said to Abraham, 'Go forth from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house.' Abraham was asked to leave his family and his father's house, which was full of idolatry, that is, the teachings of men, which in reality is the flesh that needed to be removed from Abraham's life. God was starting a new family with Abraham, where he would be the father who would teach his children how to live with a circumcised heart. That is, heart where the false teachings of men of the flesh have been removed. In Romans chapter 8, verse 4, "It is impossible for us to fulfill the instructions that God has for us if we walk according to the flesh," that is, the instructions of men. We must walk according to Spirit, which is his instructions which come from above, which are spiritual. In Romans chapter 8, verse 7, "The mind set on the flesh is hostile towards God, for it does not subject itself to the law of God, for it is not even able to do so." And as I said, the circumcision was on the 8th day. The 8th day, that is eternity, is for everyone who has been circumcised of the heart. A heart where the teachings of the flesh have been removed and entered into the new covenant. in Hebrews chapter 8, verse 10, "For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days," said Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. "I will put my laws into their minds, and I will write them on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people." The removal of the flesh of the heart, or to have your heart circumcised, is to remove the teachings of men and only obey the instructions of God. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you heard, share with someone. If not, share with everyone.